Hello, my name is Jenny, and if you're interested in hearing my story on when I solo traveled to Yosemite, you're in for a ride, so let's get to it. Anytime I tell anybody that I solo traveled to Yosemite, they always say, why? Why would you do that? Why would you put yourself in that situation? And the answer is because I've been wanting to go to Yosemite for so long, and when I finally had the opportunity to go, because my job at that time gave me a few days off, and it was my birthday month, no one was available to go. Anybody that I knew was not available. And so I kind of fell into this decision of being like, well, I finally have an opportunity to go to, just like, I have to do it. I have to go. I would say if you plan on going to any national park by yourself, go to like a campground essentially. And that's what I did. The one that I stayed at, which I'll put somewhere, and it was so nice because they said that they were open. Their main office was open from the morning all the way to the nighttime. So that made me feel really secure as someone solo traveling. Also, if you plan on solo traveling to Yosemite or any national park, I recommend you to, of course, have your location on to your close people in your circle and let them know that you're getting that, how far away you are from where you need to be, and letting them know, hey, if you don't hear from me by this time, give me an extra hour, and if you still don't hear from me, call me, and if still don't, file me as a missing person. Even though you're far away, I have people around me. So that helped me feel really comfortable. Also, at this point in my life, I was really into my fitness journey. I had a lot of like really good endurance and stamina, and I could walk for hours. I could run a long time. Like, I was at my peak of fitness, and I knew that if I need to get away from anybody or fight people, I could. Now, the wild animals is a different story, which I'll get into later. But people, I felt comfortable that I could self-defend myself. Also take a course like pepper spray, the bear spray as well. Use that on somebody. Take up self-defense things, like the things, what's it called? I forgot what they're called, but you use them right here. Please be safe, y'all. I was 24, about to turn 25, because like I said, it was my birthday month. And it was so exciting. And it was a dream of mine to go to Yosemite. And Yosemite literally exceeded my expectations. Like, everything that I had in mind of how Yosemite would look like, beautiful. It was so breathtaking. I also took it as a trip for me to find more confidence in myself and really be like, okay, I'm literally gonna be by myself for a few days, which I've never been alone like that. Trust yourself. And I'm so proud of myself still to this day that I solo traveled all the way out there, drove all the way out there, and managed for things to go all right. It went fantastic. It went beautiful. It's just a lot of bumps in the road. From San Diego all the way to Yosemite, which took me about 8 hours. And take in mind, by the time I got to my cabin, I was exhausted. I didn't want to do anything. So all I did was cook myself like a quick meal, and I knocked out. And I did set my alarm before I knocked out. And I think I slept for a good like 11 hours. That's how exhausted I was. And I think I set my alarm at like 8 in the morning because it said that my cabin was 30 minutes away from the entrance of Yosemite. Me being a city person from San Diego, this is my first time going out in the wilderness. I've been out to like little forests and stuff, but never something like Yosemite. So I had this in mind. I was like, okay, the entrance is just gonna be right there, and then I'm gonna get to see all Yosemite in 30 minutes. Fantastic. I get to the entrance and I see that there's a parking lot. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna park here. And then I see that there's a bus that says if you want to get to the area, you have to take the bus. Like, you can't go in the car. And so I waited for the bus. I got in the bus, and it was so beautiful. I got to see the sequoia trees, and there was snow, and it was just, I literally felt like I was in Narnia. It made me so happy, but also I kind of was confused because I was like, okay, but where's Yosemite Valley? Like, where's the pictures I see all the time? Where am I at? And so I'm by myself. I do walk a little bit. in that area, and it's called Mariposa Grove. I highly recommend y'all to go check it out. Go see it. Go see it. And so I decide the only person that can tell me this is the bus driver. So I go back to the bus and I speak to the bus driver and I'm like, hey, so where's like the rest of Yosemite? Like, you know, the other parts that I see, like the popular places. And he was like, yeah, like you still need to drive up there. And I was like, can you drive me? Or is there like a bus that drives me up there? And he was like, nope, you have to do that on your own. And I was like, okay. And he was like, it should take you another like hour and a half to get up there. And I was like, okay, okay. Because I don't like to drive in windy roads. I don't know if people like to drive in windy roads. I don't at all. So that's what I did. Do some research before going to Yosemite, and someone advised to park your car in the gift shop and then just take the buses and go all around, right? Because I don't know Yosemite, and again, I'm by myself. I'd rather go be with a driver that knows where they're going and is gonna get me back to my car. So I decided that was the most logical route for me, so I don't get lost, because I didn't know where really anything is. You really don't. Like, yes, you can show somebody a map, but it's not until you're there that you understand what's going on. And so I get on the bus and I want to see this place in Yosemite. I knew that was the first place I wanted to see. And so I'm on the bus, I'm looking outside, everything looks beautiful. I'm looking all around me and I see it. I see it from a distance. Literally the bus driver stops. I run out. I take it all in. I'm so happy. I'm just staring at this river with the trees, and I feel so, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I just felt like, Jenny, you made it. You made that. You're literally here right now by yourself. You got to see this place that you've always wanted to see, this part of Yosemite, and you're here. And I wanted to cry, like tears of joy. But there was people around me, so I was like, you know what? I'll save this more for like a more private place in Yosemite. And I literally stood there for a good like 5-10 minutes, like just breathtaking, just in awe. And so I decided to walk around, and then like in that little area, there's like a little round, like a circle place for you to go. And I was walking around that, and I come across a log, and I was like, this is a perfect place for me to sit down and cry and really take everything in, right? Wrong. I sit down, I'm taking everything in, I'm about to cry. Why does a couple come, walk to where I'm at, and sit by the log where I'm at? Literally, Yosemite wasn't even that crowded when I went. Yosemite is huge. Why are you sitting in the same log that I am? That just got me angry. And so I was just so upset, because I was like, I finally got to sit down by myself and take this all in, and y'all ruining the moment. The trip, I'm just taking the bus in whatever area that I see that I like while I get off on the stop. And a super weird thing happened to me in Yosemite, and I'll say just a little bit supernatural, not so much, but it was really weird. Like, I got to a place where honestly it was not that many people at all. There's cars, but I didn't see any people around there. And when the bus stopped, something just told me to get out. Like, it was just like, get out the bus, you need to be here. And it was like, I literally felt like if someone like got like a rope, put it on me, and just took me out of the bus, is the best way to explain it. Like, I just felt like someone pulled me out of the bus. I don't know what that was. I don't know why that happened, but it happened. Literally, I got out. Next thing I knew, the bus left. And I was like, why am I out? Like, I didn't even want to get off here. And I just had to sit there and be like, why am I here? Around to see what's around me. And I see that I'm by the area where the beach is, that little beach that Yosemite has. And I'm like, okay, maybe I'm supposed to go to this little beach. And so I'm trying to figure out how to get there, and I cannot figure it out. There's really no trail, and I'm by myself, so I'm not gonna go exploring Yosemite where I don't even know where I'm at. And so I actually come across a group of people and I just hear them like talk amongst themselves and be like, where's this beach at? We can't find it. We can't even find the trail. And I was like, okay, well, if they can't even find the trail, I'm not going to go look for it myself. So I decided to go back and wait for the bus again. And thankfully, there was like a stump by the bus stop. And so I sat there and I just waited. Nobody around me. Silence. But it was so nice because I felt like that's what I needed. Like I needed to be away and cry. And that's what I did. It was a moment of reflection for me to really be like, I'm here, I made it. And I just started to cry and it just felt so peaceful for me. And yeah, and then the bus came. I just kept on getting off, right? As you're getting on the bus, you start to hear people be like, oh, you should go here. Oh, I went on this hike and it was really nice. I hear someone say, y'all should go check out the Mirror Lake or something along the lines. And I was like, huh, that sounds nice. Almost each stop because I want to see Yosemite fully. But because I'm by myself, I'm not really getting away into the hikes. I'm staying mainly where all the people are at. At Yosemite for a while now. It's about to be like 4 or 5-ish, and I decide, okay, I'm actually gonna go check out this hike that I heard on the bus in Mirror Lake, and I knew where it was at. And I get off on the stop, and I see again like how long it says it's gonna take me, and it says it's just a mile away. Just 1 mile away. Take that in mind. And like I said, at this point, I was at my peak of fitness. I walked really fast. I could have walked that within 15 minutes at most. Maybe just a little bit longer, but 15 minutes, I could have gotten there. So I was like, a mile? That's nothing. So I start to walk and I realize, and I'm the only one that's going up. Just going forward. Everybody is coming down. I am the only one going up. And I'm like, it starts to kick in and be like, Jenny, maybe you should turn around because no one's behind you. No one's in front of you. Maybe you should go. And I was like, no, it says in a mile. I can walk my miles fast. Just gotta hurry up and I'll be there quick. So I'm walking. I'm enjoying everything. It's really nice. I'm actually more on the outskirts of Yosemite where this place is at. On the side, it's like, oh, like 0.9 miles to the path to the lake. Point something, 0.8. 0.5, 0.3, and I'm like, wow, like I'm actually like going super fast. I'm about to see this lake. I'm pretty sure it'll be really nice. I was like, this would be a perfect way for me to end my Yosemite trip. I keep on walking and I don't see those signs anymore. It's done. So I'm like, okay, the lake should be here now. I keep on walking and walking and walking and nothing. And I'm just like, you know what? And at this point, people were spread it out away from me. Like I wasn't really around someone to be like, hey, like how close is the lake at, And so I just start like walking more and more. And literally like 10 minutes pass and I'm still walking and I'm like, where is this lake? And I'm like, should I turn around or should I keep on going? And I said, you know what? I'll keep on going for maybe like another 5 to 10 minutes. And if this lake is not there, then I'll just turn back. And thankfully I made it to the lake. It was dried up. The lake was dried up. Oh my God. I walked all this way. That was more than a mile. This dried up lake. What do I do? Group of people all around the lake, dried up lake. And the first group of people that's in front of me, they have like a dog and it looks like a pit bull breed. And then the rest of the people are in groups and they're all around this lake. The lake is big, but they're all scattered around, right? And so I would say there was about like 5 to 6 groups of people just all around me. And so I decided to go up to this dried up lake right in the center and just really take everything in because the view is beautiful. It's just, there's no lake. And so I'm like doing a whole 360, just really looking everything all the way up. And it's like, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I just felt so at peace, and I was like, okay, this is the last thing I'm doing at Yosemite. Like, really take this in. Everything's gonna go well. Everything's gonna go chill. I closed my eyes to just like be at peace, right? Silence. Now, I've heard a lot of scary things when there's silence in the forest. There shouldn't really be any silence in the forest. And I'm like, why is there silence? But I'm still, I have my eyes closed, really centering myself. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna open my eyes because why is it quiet? I open my eyes, there's no one around me. All this group of people that I mentioned have no idea where they went. I think they went, because from what I saw, there was like trails all around. So I think they all just went in their separate trail. But yes, literally I only closed my eyes for a good like minute or two. Like I didn't close my eyes for that long. And when I realized that I was all alone in this big area, panic just entered. I was like, you know what? I need to leave. Like it went from me being at like super chill, super peace to just my adrenaline kicking in. And like I said, I was at my fitness peak at this point. So when I said the adrenaline kicked in, I'm fast walking down this path. Nobody's around me. I don't know where all these people went. I'm walking like this at this point. Like I'm walking super fast because I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like that nobody's around me. Where did everybody go? Like it just like, it really like, it was like a super eerie feeling for a good 10 minutes and there's no one around me. I don't hear anybody. There's no one on this trail. I am the only one on this trail and the sun is starting to go down. Honestly, it doesn't do it justice. The camera makes it look really light, but it's really starting to get dark. It looks really cloudy, like almost like a purplish. It's very foggy right now. I'm surprised. It's like 6 right now. And I saw that the sun set at 6. So. And take in mind, like I said, I'm a city person. I don't know why I thought this, but I was like, okay, once the sun sets, there should be some light, right? There should be some. I'm a city person, y'all. So I'm speed walking down this path. And I see what looks like a dog coming my way. And take in mind, like I said, there was a group of people that I saw with a pit bull. And so I'm thinking that the pit bull got off leash and it's coming up towards where the path is at and the owner should be coming for their dog, right? So I start walking and I see no owners and I'm like, like maybe this dog got loose, maybe they're looking for the dog. Like I don't know, I was just super confused. I get closer, right? Like the dog is coming like this, I'm going like this. It's not a dog, it's a coyote. It's not a dog, it's a coyote. I'm by myself in Yosemite. And this is a wildlife coyote. This isn't no city coyotes that I see. This is wildlife in November/fall/winter in Yosemite. What do you think is my first thought when I see this coyote and I'm by myself? I literally froze. Like I was like I said, I was speed walking and then I went. And I just remember I stopped and I was just like, what do I do? Like I just stood frozen and I just looked around and I was like, okay, there's a stump. Like somehow stumps always follow me. And I was like, okay, there's a stump. I'm gonna go sit down on this stump, like crouch down, like go down and just stay there still as possible. So I slowly walk to the stump and I get to the stump and I sit down and I go like this. I don't even look at the coyote. I'm like kind of like this, looking that way to see where the coyote is at. Please, in my head, I'm like, please, please, please don't come towards me. Don't even try to smell me, please, please. And so thankfully the coyote just passes by me like nothing, doesn't even care that I'm there. I just remember I let him like a few seconds pass after that coyote's out of my sight. And I take a deep breath and I start walking as fast as I can. Faster than before. Why as I'm walking, literally like 5 seconds within me walking, I hear someone say, oh, that's a coyote. And I turn around and it's a family. Literally, like, husband, wife with their 3 kids, 3 small kids. And I was just like, y'all just let that coyote pass? Like, I don't know. I was like, first of all, where were you all at? Because they were talking. Like, they were talking. There was no talk around me this whole 10 minutes that I've been walking by myself. Like, yes, like, I've heard stuff, but like wilderness stuff, but not like talking. And so I was so confused. I was like, where did this family come from? I was so confused. And I was like, you know what? I don't care. I thankfully now have someone in the back of me. So if something happens in the back, or they can alert me. And I'm not joking, y'all. I walk so fast that I turn around. The family isn't even by me anymore. They're not even in my sight. And like I said, the sun is setting. And I'm quickly starting to realize that as the sun is setting, it's starting to get real dark. And I'm like, I don't know how far I am from the bus stop, because like I said, I thought it was going to be a mile. A mile for me is quick. But like I said, 30 minutes. I think I was at like 15 at this point. And so I just remember I was like, I think I might have to run. Like, I just need to run. And so I think I did run for a bit. I started to run. I started to just fast walk. And then I finally get to the bus stop. And like, the sun is setting now. Like, it's starting to get nighttime. And I'm just taking some deep breaths, and I'm like, okay, the bus should be here soon. The sun sets completely and it's nighttime. 5 minutes have passed by. The bus is not here. I start to get scared because, take in mind, at this point it's probably like around 6:30. It looks like if it's 1 a.m. in San Diego. I was starting to get terrified. I was like, there's no fucking light. I was like, there's no light here. I'm scared. I started to use my phone as some sort of light. And then I was like, hold up. What if an animal sees the light and they try to come? Like, I don't know. I was just so scared and panicky. And I was just terrified. And another 5 minutes passed by. Nothing. Like I said, I'm in the outskirts of Yosemite. I am where the forest is at, where it's not populated. And so I'm just like I want to cry. I'm trying, like, I have no service, y'all. I have no service. I was like, okay, maybe at least I can call my mom so she can calm me down. Nothing, no service. And so I was just like, I just accepted my fate. And I was just like, you know what? The bus has to come here soon. Thankfully, out of nowhere, like I said, this couple comes from the bushes. They don't come from where I came from, which was behind me. They come from the bushes out of nowhere. And they're just like, is this the bus stop? And I was just like, where did these people come from? And I just nodded at them. And they just sat there. And another 5 minutes passed by, no bus. Another 5 minutes passed by, no bus. And I start to hear them talk amongst each other and then be like, do you even think the bus is gonna come? I'm so confused. And I just remember telling myself, if these people leave the bus stop, I'm going with them. Like, I don't even care. I was like, I don't care that they're strangers. And they looked around my age. And I was just like, I'm leaving with them. Because I'm not about to stay in this bus stop by myself if this bus isn't coming. Like, I need to be with somebody. Thankfully, I want to say another 5 minutes pass by. And then the bus comes. So a total of me waiting for the bus was almost 30 minutes. And like I said, it's like the sky looks like if it's 1 a.m. in San Diego, even though it's like around almost 7 at this point in Yosemite. And I just remember I was like shaking. I honestly wanted to hug the bus driver. Like, I literally was about to, like, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to hug this man and be like, thank you for coming for me. But obviously I didn't do that. And so I'm just like centering myself, taking in deep breaths. The bus takes me to where I parked my car. Like I said, the gift shop. I'm like, okay, the gift shop should still be open. Let me go look. I look and everything. I buy stuff for my loved ones. And then I get in my car and I'm like, okay, time to go down, right? Time to go back to my cabin. Like I said, it's like 1 a.m. The sky looks like it's 1 a.m. in San Diego. I'm driving down this road and nobody's in front of me. Nobody's in front of me. Nobody's in front of me. So I am guiding myself down this windy road with no lights. The sky is pitch dark. Yosemite no longer looks like this fairy tale dream world that I was in. It looks like I'm straight out of a horror movie. Like that, what's that game called? Oh my god, what's that game called? Dead by Daylight. I might see a ghost. I don't know what's about to happen. I might turn around and I see something running right next to my car. Like that was what it was telling me. Also take in mind, Yosemite doesn't really have rails for like if your car goes down. And like I said, I'm in the valley. I look on this side because I'm driving right. I'm literally like this. I'm on the wheel like. I look vast. Like trees that look like they're like miles and miles away. But like you could see it's a drop. And there wasn't that much from my car to that drop. Which is what I don't like about Yosemite. And I didn't know. I didn't know Yosemite didn't have like a rail thing to prevent you that if you pass that, you don't fall to your death, right? No, Yosemite doesn't have that, or at least when I went, they didn't. So I was even more terrified. I was like, I feel like I'm in a scary movie. I feel like I'm in a horror movie. Everything's pitch dark. And I was just, yeah, this isn't even. So I'm going really slow down these windy paths, right? Because like I said, I don't like to drive in windy paths. I'm terrified out of my life. No one is in front of me. Turns out I am the one leading everybody. I have like 5-10 cars behind me. I am the one leading everybody down this road. And no one can really pass me, or let's say no one wanted to pass me. Because like I said, it's dark. Everybody else behind me has somebody guiding them, right? The car behind me sees how I'm moving, so they get to see. Everybody behind me has the luxury of having lights in front of them and having a guide. I don't. I am terrified. And I'm like, I think I started to cry at one point because I was like, I just want to get out. Like, I just want to be in my cabin. And it takes me obviously longer than an hour to get to my cabin. I think it took me 2 hours because of how slow I was driving, how terrified I was. And take in mind, like I said, even going down Yosemite on top of the 30 minutes I had to drive to my cabin. So I was just like, I just remember that when I finally got to my cabin, I instantly called my mom. I called her and I was like, hey, I'm in my cabin now. I'm fine, but I just want to let you know I can't stop shaking. And I tell her everything. And she's just like, it's okay, Jenny, you're in your cabin now. You know, she's giving me reassurance words. And I'm just like, okay. And I'm like, okay, well, I need to shower now. Maybe that will help me. And yeah, thankfully that did. I just remember I took a shower. I think I like drank some hot tea to like calm me down. And yeah, that was Yosemite first day. Second day, I couldn't go to Yosemite because it was raining and I'm obviously not going to risk my life at all through those windy roads of Yosemite. No. So my second day, in the place that I stayed at, they had a bike trail. So, and the bikes are free. So I thought that was really cool. And they even have a map of like how to go through, like see all the art stuff that's around there. I take a bike. I'm enjoying the bike trail. I'm enjoying the art installations. Everything is fine. I'm at like a hill, right? And I look down and a coyote is staring straight up at me. And I was just like, what my lucky day. And I'm like, well, what do I do? I'm by myself and I've encountered another coyote. And this is not to like displace animals or be like, oh my god, wildlife. This is just me being in fear because I'm by myself. I can possibly defend myself against a person, a coyote, and they come in packs. I don't know if the coyote I saw in Yosemite was gonna bring his friends. I don't know if the coyote I saw on the bike trail was gonna call up his homies. I don't know. So I am scared. I'm like, what if this coyote comes and brings everybody to bite me? And so I just remember I just stared at them and they stare at me, and we locked eyes for a good, like, I think a good minute, because I was just like, what the fuck do I do? Like, I'm up this hill. Where do I go? Like, if this coyote wants to sprint up to me, it can. If, like, you know? And so, thankfully, the coyote goes the complete opposite direction of me. And I'm like, thank God. And I take my bike and I go back to my cabin. Because I'm like, you know what? I've had enough. I don't want to risk my life. I don't want to get hurt or anything. And I enjoy the rest of my cabin day, relaxing, watching movies, making myself food. And yeah. And then the next day I have to go back home. And so even though I only went to Yosemite for a day, it was truly life-changing. Yosemite felt like, I don't know how to explain it, but it felt like if I was meant to be there is the best way to explain it. Like, I had to go there at one point in my life, and I did. And it just felt so right. It felt like that's where I needed to be, and that's where I should be. And so it was just so beautiful to really take in Yosemite. I highly encourage it. If you want to go solo traveling, go for it. Like I said, just please be safe. Please take all the precautions before you go. Make sure everybody knows your location. Take your self-defense weapons. Get fit. That's the only reason I went by myself. But yes, I highly recommend Yosemite. Please don't let my solo traveling story discourage you, because even though I might have complained throughout the story, like, I truly, truly love Yosemite. And I would go again, but with people. I would definitely go with people. I don't want to solo travel anywhere. I don't think so. I might solo travel at one point again if needed to be. But yeah, it was just, please go to Yosemite, reflect more about myself, and be like, I can be a very independent person and live on my own and take care of myself and still be responsible. And it just felt so nice to not rely on anybody, if that makes sense. Like, just be like, I am my only person that I can rely on. So if you need to eat, if you need to do all of these things, it's on you. And I took very good care of myself. So yeah, like I said, Yosemite is a dream. Go see it. I want to go again. I don't know when I'll go again, but I really do want to go. So I hope you all enjoyed the story. And have a good rest of your day.